back, everybody, to Warlord of SBAS plays Torment, Tides of Numenera, episode 46. Last time we did some questing, finished up our little journal. Well, lagging. Just did some basic stuff with that. Finished that off. Learned a little bit more about Rin in her slavery days. So this time we're going to continue on with the main mission. So let's talk to Sparky over here. Blah blah blah, egg friend. Take me someplace under the city. I'm looking for a way into the place called the Cave of Lost Words. Is close to surface. At top of city, the creature puzzled. Took another human there once. Took a travel there, egg friend. Want? We go? We go? Blah blah blah. You can check your journal, obviously.
Who are you?
I am me. This woman's skin is white. Doesn't look that white. They need to add some portraits on the side so we can see what the people look like, I think. At least personally, that's what I think, but I ain't no game designer. So anyway, this woman's skin is white, the color of alabaster or fresh ivory. Flat black eyes surrounded by sharply pointed features stare coldly at you. She wears jet black hair cut straight at the shoulders. Her clothes are functional and drab. Her cloak is fastened by a necklace of 5 canisters, each of different shape. She turns a black device over and over in her hands.
Where did you come from? How did you know where to find me?
Her startled expression becomes a dark glower. A keen blade flickers across her fingers. You're sure it wasn't there a moment ago? Did I invite him here? No, I wouldn't have done that. Glesta. She leans in close to you. I wouldn't have thought it possible, but it appears we have found someone even more paranoid than poor Alagarn. Is it really important to know how I found you? Yes, because I need to know how to stop it from happening again. And if it means cutting some throats, it's no worse than I've done before. Like I'll do too. Wait, no. You're a cast-off. That wouldn't work. The knife disappears as quickly as it appeared. Hand steals out and picks up that strange device again. Almost some of his own accord. She glances at your tattoo. How new are you? What were the circumstances of your birth? When did you happen? Yeah, I have no reason to lie. I was born as my body fell from the exploding moon. Ha! That bastard of a creator always finds a way to abandon us at the worst possible moment. Have you heard of the stories of Tuck or Infer yet? You should. What of them? She points her chin at your companions. If you think you can overpower me with mortals, you're mistaken. Oh, she is fascinating, isn't she? A wicked smile crosses her lips. What did you say? You're trespassing in my home, you know. Coming with a cast-off makes you more suspicious. Not the other way around. Trust me, we mean you no harm. I don't trust you. That's the problem. But fine. She flicks her hand and the knife disappears. She already put the knife away. Whatever. Disemboweling you would just be a waste of time for me anyway. She turns back to her workbench and picks up the device again. Then she spits on the floor and scuffs it with her boot. All nervous energy. So what do you want from me? Hmm. Why are you hiding down here? I'm not hiding. Her rage is quick, hot, and palpable. Something about it makes your vision dim for a moment. I'm strategizing, planning. Why would someone live voluntarily in a place like this? She gestures around and you see it. And as her eyes break contact with you, her emotion leaks from her frame. This is where I stay. It's a bolt hole. Always has been. For those who know where to find it. Even Chilla it here, they say. What are you planning? Oh, were you part of my plan? You weren't. It's not your business. What can tell the other cast-offs? Self-absorbed, treacherous, leave a trail of misery and suffering. Shall I continue? Also powerful, scheming, ambitious. Her smile is crooked and quick. But you want names, don't you? She brushed a laugh with a half a sob. That's half a sob. You won't get them from me, though. Not now. I remember Adrius, and I remember the first, and I remember Tash. And I killed Tash for what he did to me. For the hole he cut in my memory. But that hole grew and grew, and her eyes flickering and her cold gaze returns to you. This is more than you need to know. They're bastards, all of them. You as well. Yeah, sure. I heard you might know who can repair a device found in the reef, something called a resonance chamber. The resonance, a glint of understanding shines in her eyes. Oh yes, of course, he would have hit it there. A crooked grin plays about the corner of her mouth and then vanishes. I know who can help you, or did. She shakes her head. It slips away. My mind has holes in it. Touch took a rusty scalpel to my thoughts, my memories I can't. Trails off. She catches hold of the table and it seems to anchor her. Her eyes harden.
I'll remember that.
No. You must do something for me. She caresses the black and jagged device line. Knobbed and protruding with an antennae. A sigil remnants of your tattoo is emblazoned on it. This is Tosh's Mirrorcaster. I want you to enter his mirror and find out what you can about the Jack. I'm convinced that that's the key. What's a Mirrorcaster? Ha! Am I really the first one to say the word to you? Oh, you're in for a surprise, dear brother. Every cast-off has one, just like every cast-off has this. She taps the tattoo on her head. No one knows that they're for it. Adrelis used to think they were a byproduct of the transfer process, just like us. She seems lost in thought for a moment. Then she shakes her head. Wherever they come from, they can be used like a kind of temporal viewer. You were living an event in the life of the cast-off whose Mirrorcaster it is. The event is called a mirror. Mirror. Come here. Can a Mirrorcaster be used to spy on other cast-offs? Not spy. More like being pictures of the past, like watching them from inside their minds at times when they burn or raised or changed, when their life was at a moment of flux. Why can't you enter the mirror? Did you think I've tried? She snarls with sudden rage. Her knife hit a handspin from your neck. Do you think I could waste my time with a newborn, a thief who steals from my home? If there were any chance I could do this myself? She her shoulders heave up and down with each angry breath. I try and my mind fills with static. Like I'm talking to a murder. Only it slashes and stabs and burns me in. I can't tell. It'll only make things worse. Maybe it has already. She blinks out, then confused. Why am I angry? She starts flipping the knife back into her cloak. No. It'll all be right. Just find the damn drink, and I'll tell you whatever you need to know. Where's the jack? You don't know? I thought it was a common instrument. No, it might not be so much anymore. One of the curses of a long life. She laughs raggedly. Fashions come and go before even know they exist. Probably easier just to let them go. Or make new ones of your own. Like some of the other cast-offs. Sorry, no. Not sorry. You should know this. You should know about things. History, that's what life is. Knowing and doing. Matkina, you need to focus. Tell him what he needs. She breathes deeply. A jack is an ancient woodwind. And this is one was kept in a sealed cave behind massive doors from a prior world. It had powers, but I can't remember what those powers were. If the jack is a key, what does it unlock? Her brow furrows, confused for a moment. She curses. If I knew that, I wouldn't need your help, would I? She lets out a long sigh. He stole the memory from me, alright? If you can find it for me, it will all come back, all of it. How do I enter? An almost palpable hunger fills her eyes and yearning. Hold the mirror caster, you'll feel the tug immediately. Don't resist. Empty your mind and let the tides pull you into the mirror caster. She collects herself, then just watch him. Watch for the jack. When you see what he's done with it, pull your mind away from Tasha's and tell me what you saw. Oh, and don't try to change anything, she says, almost as an afterthought. Why should I try to change anything in the mirror? What do you mean by that? Nothing serious, she says, as though speaking to an overly concerned child. She laughs suddenly. It's not like you can change the past, but you need to learn a specific piece of information. If you change something, then you might go the wrong way. Alright, let's do it. She plucks the Tessa's mirror caster from the table and she looks at you and back at the device. She licks her lips as if weighing her option, and then before she can hesitate anymore, she slaps it into your hands, surprisingly heavy. Do it, she says, her voice heavy. Find the check, bring me my answers. You focus on the device and you feel something tugging at your mind. Focus. Everything is wrong. Jess's body, yours now, clings like a wet cloak to the world. World is too bright for nightmares. Everything is too clear. Distance too close, edges too sharp. Memories like blood flies buzz about your head, whizzing away before you can watch them. Hard-ridden Anine have their flanks and hip behind you, like you. They've gone too long without rest. And there's Matkina, a much newer Matkina, is as drawn by a pending portress. Too soft, too fresh, too pretty. All wrong. On the waist, you see the light of a campfire in the humble village before you. A bigger, brighter fire burns. It's a pyre inside. A body that is too large burns too slowly. Greasy coals of smoke rising to the night. Villagers circle the bonfire, wailing and shaking. The husband rough voice continues the ritual from exile. You are released. Among them are some echo, you are released. He throws a handful of powder into the fire. Mineral salts perhaps, and a spray of shining ambers rise into the night. Mostly gold, some green, some purple. From wrath you are released. They echo him. As the embers float you out toward the plains and fade among the stars and campfires, you hear Matkina whisper reverently, you are released. What to choose? Try to remember who you are and why you're here. Amnesia. The memories try to buzz away, but you are too quick for them. You seize them and squeeze. This body is you, or Tash. You already know that now, but now you know yourself as you didn't before. Body fits better, and you're cast off. And when you call on the tides, you can destroy memories. You're a soldier of sorts in service of the militia under the command of Paja Reckon. You're a scout. Matkina spotted you. Matkina spotter. Two of you are not warriors. You're specialists. You're killers. But you're not here to kill. You're here to promise something to the villagers, and to get an object, a flute of some sort. The jacket. As for who, the memory and the other remain beyond your reach. Yeah, sure. Stare at the distant campsite and try to see what they are. Aha, success. You squint your unnatural eyes and focus onto the pyre. The village, everything else fades away. At last, the blurry campfire resolves into something crisper, and see a faint shadow of a man around them. Men in the long coats and broad hats, painstaking cleaning the chisels and daggers. There are perhaps 100 of them. Matkina sees you staring and grunts. Sand nuts. From her tone, it's obvious that they are not friends of hers or yours. I don't know. Does it really matter what I choose? I don't think this one is the right one. I can't mess with the memories, but we're waiting until the ritual is finished, I guess. As the body burns and the mourners chant, you wait in the shadows of the edge of the village. At last the corpse is consumed and the headman gives a final cry. To the distant dark, you are released. The villagers echo him and then drift away, leaving him alone beside the smoldering pyre. Matkina, with a hiss and gesture, lead you over. He sniffs the air at the sound of your approach, and with a broad smile he calls out, Kina! His eyes are large and milky marbles. He puts hands on her shoulder. You return in unpleasant times. She touches his cheek. I return because the times are unpleasant. Ning. Without another word, the three of you leave from the fire and enter Ning's dark hut. Ning's home is humble and small, hardly furnished and wholly underdecorated. On entering her, he lowers his weary bulk onto a sack and gestures towards similar cushions for you and Matkina. Then begins with a preamble. They hung him from a tree, old garb, took their daggers to him, called it pruning. Blind to others' expressions, he has become oblivious to his own. And he wears his pain and anger nakedly. With a grunt, he continues. They sent him home to skimmer along with the compact they'd made to the plains people. He waves at the crumpled sheet of paper on the floor. Tick, read it to me. They promised to put an end to our Matkina. He shakes his head. Why, we've always paid the blood price for whatever harm we've done. You know that. They know that. Yes, Mika says softly. But the Sand Knights won't take shins, you know that. He grunts. The militia is here to help, Nang. You're here. You're who we stand for. The small, the threatened, the hunted. That's why we are, too. That's who we are, too. She shakes his hand. Come away if you tell the Knights that you're going. They won't force a fight. They have bigger battles ahead of them. Believe me. This is our place, Kina. Padarakan will give you a home. Trust her. Nenga is silent. You read the complete note. You follow the compact sent by the Sand Knights. The writing is neat, plain, small, and seems to go on in tightly stacked lines. In essence, it is viewed as to save. It's vowed to safeguard the villages and towns of the Vraxalan waste from the menace. In Colin village, the Knights promise that they will undertake steps to ensure that the killers of Colin village never harm anyone again. Extermination is never mentioned, merely implied. Beneath the Knight Marshal's top are signatures from various Baghars, mayors, and elders of towns and villages on the ways. The Knights ask nothing in return from them. The signatures vow nothing. They merely endorse, justify whatever the Knights undertake. What to choose? Let's see. Don't need to trust Patakin, just trust Kina. Ning cocks his white head. Why would I debate her? He smiles. There was a plains child, a beautiful boy, wandered too far into the waste and he was gone. We will give him up, but Kina, he puts his hand on her shoulder. She left that night with a knife and a lamp and a rope. Just said, "I'll bring him back." Hardly spoke back then. Our Kina. She sighs, made things easier. Weeks later, she came back, the boy riding her shoulders. String of church heads dragged behind her. He fixes his blind eyes upon you. When she speaks, I trust, but even if Padarakan's sits lands aside for us, we can't just leave. It's not so simple. Plains people can't understand. Let's see. Let's try persuasion. The only time it's too late to start a new life is when you're dead. Give your people a chance to survive. Success. Nang saw it, nod slowly. You're right, of course, even if you got the manners of a marauder. After a minute, he turns his blind eyes to Matkina. But we can't go without the Jack. The what? Matkina asked. Up the hill behind the gates. The caves have been sealed for generations. Inside is the Jack. It's what helps us keep our worst instincts inside. If we leave if we leave its song, he trails off, gesturing to the pyre outside. After a pause, he leans in and whispers to Matkina's ear. Now, he says, you alone of the plains people know how to open the gate. You work your way up to terrace hillside, leaving the Nang to make his case to his people. In the distance, you see that Sans Knights are on the move, riding hard between Colin village. Ning will need to make his case to them too. When you arrive at the cave, it's huge. Ancient gateway. Matkina shakes her head. For years I wondered about this, she says. The hill people tell a fable that is the first man and that woman came out of here. They said the gates would only open when it was time to people to disappear. She shrugs. One way to keep kids from poking around those disturbing the drink, I guess. Something she says stirs your mind and your memories. Jingle like a wind chime. Try to dredge it up. I won't put any more points into that, so let's just try that. Nope. Nope. Yeah, I'll poop. The more you try to focus on the uneasiness, the more diffused it becomes, like a fog that turns into all sounds, haunting, and even friendly shapes to nightmares. You're sure there is something awful hidden in the fog, but it seems as if you'll never find it. I'm going to end the episode here, and we'll continue on this part next time. So remember to brace the chaos, or you'll go mad. Bye.